Gather round, Marks. It's time for another glorious rendition of the SmackDown recap from Thoughts from the Bench. I'm Josh Elsass, your SmackDown Live host. First thing I want to talk about this week is hashtag free the tag titles. Chad Gable is on a run right now that we will remember years from now when he's winning the belt from Roman Reigns as the start. He was the reason American Alpha worked in NXT. He's the reason that this storyline is propelling forward. I think this kid is big money. He's driven, he has all the physical tools and in-ring tools that he needs to be a great champion in the future, and then he's just starting to cut his teeth at the big level, and it's really exciting to watch. Keep your eye on this storyline moving forward. Also, I love the continued aversion for crazy, different matches from Daniel Bryan right now. The 2 out of 3 falls for the tag team titles of the Royal Rumble. Why not? Last week we talked about the return of Becky Lynch as being something to keep our eye on, and the WWE has proven they're truly on the ball with her return on this one. Her backstage promo this week was a giant step forward for her. She was serious, she was stern, there were no puns. Becky Lynch is taking a new direction with her character, and I'm not sure how she's gonna get there, but I guarantee the end goal will be another WWE SmackDown Women's title run. The last thing we're gonna talk about this week isn't necessarily a SmackDown specific thing. I'll be covering the Mixed Match Challenge next week, and so I just kinda wanna give you a breakdown of what that's gonna look like and who I think should win the Mixed Match Challenge Championship. I'm gonna start with the bottom of the bracket. Nia Jax and Apollo Crews versus the glorious one, Bobby Roode, and the Queen, Charlotte. I think this one's a no-brainer. This is gonna be Bobby Roode and Charlotte Flair going over on that one. Elias and Bayley versus Happy Rusev Day, which is Lana and Rusev. I really am kind of torn on this one. I could see a situation where Bayley and Elias win because there is a fan-redeemed option in the 3rd round where clearly they would bring Rusev back. So I really think I'd lean towards Bayley and Elias on this one. Also, Elias is over right now. You gotta push this. And since it's like a not necessarily storyline specific thing, what would it hurt to give Elias a little bit of a run here? Goldust and Alicia Fox versus Jimmy Uso and Naomi. This one's pretty clear. That's Jimmy Uso and Naomi. Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss versus Sami Zayn and Becky Lynch. Becky and Sami kind of have their own storylines going on right now. So do Braun and Alexa, but I feel like the fans want Braun and Alexa here. It's just comical, the size difference between the two of them. And since, again, this isn't a storyline driven thing, it might be fun to see how far they could go. The Miz and Asuka versus Big E and Carmella. Carmella has a sweet spot for me. I think that she is an underrated performer in that women's division. Her as the Miss Money in the Bank is really something that's been kind of teased and then backed away, teased, back away. And I think when she cashes in, it's gonna be awesome. Also, the New Day kind of have this really crazy thing going on with Xavier in the US title tournament and Big E now in this. Wouldn't be surprised to see them win here, but it's the Miz and Asuka. Let's face it, Asuka's the best thing about the women's division right now, and the Miz is returning hotter than ever. He's getting cheers. The Miz is getting cheered. It's gotta be the Miz and Asuka in this one. The final pairing is Finn Balor and Sasha Banks versus Nakamura and Natalya. The Nakamura-Natalya pairing was interesting to me. Kind of felt like those were just the last two available. However, the pairing of the Demon Finn Balor and the Boss Sasha Banks has to be the champions of this tournament. Both of them could use a little push right now. They could both use a little bit of magic attached to them, and they're gonna be gold in the ring. These are two of the best in-ring workers we have right now. How could you not want to see them win this whole thing? How could you not want to see these two versus Bobby Roode and Charlotte at the end of the tournament? That would be incredible. That may be some of the best matches we've ever seen between those two pairings. It's gotta be Finn Balor and Sasha Banks for me. Well, that wraps it up for me this week, Marks. I'm gonna leave you with a little prophecy from the savior of misbehavior. If the vocal styling's vain English, don't bring a tear to your eye, you don't have a soul. Make sure you follow Thoughts from the Bench on all of the different platforms, from Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, to stay up to date with all the content we're producing. We're gonna have a brand new segment called Indie Wrestling coming out soon, where we're gonna take a look at the KSWA, a local promotion here in Pittsburgh, PA. We're also gonna be releasing Wrestling with Greg's, which I think everyone's gonna really like. Also, new things from Thoughts from the Bench whole, not just the wrestling branch. We're gonna be doing a drafts podcast that's gonna be really unique. I mean, just think about all those times you were sitting at the bar with your friends and you said, all right, top 5 wrestlers who would have been amazing Star Wars characters. And then you just start rambling. Essentially, that's what it's gonna be. You're really gonna enjoy it. So make sure you stay tuned. That's all from me this week. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you around.